Ja, deze dan hè. Kon ik het naar sneggen? Ja, die tot het je niet snel tot naar je. Pas als je trap maar dat je het ook hier aan dat je nal. Akut even ja die dan hè. Naast geen sneesja. Daar had ik gaan en lennig toch. Je had op binnen hosten daar. Wie wat dat die. Ga ik daar je zit dan hè. Kun je het haast nado kon die net gehost ja. Ado annan dat ik het kon ja die. Dat hij zei dat ik zie dat in de dus ja die op Balkanik als je bent gesnet al deze. Among the traditional teachings of our people, there are a lot of information in that is being forgotten, and it's not being passed on to the generations and that follow in proper sequence. And so we would share with you some of the basic information of when the Diné, or our people, first came into this particular area of this continent known as the Southwest. And it is that our people continually say that we came from the east, and we came from that direction under the direction of the holy people, and they brought us to this area where the mountains end. And it is that would be probably the area that is known now as southern Colorado and the southeast Utah, and eventually down into this northeast Arizona and northwest New Mexico. But the property in the lands and that the Diné occupied after they came into this area was a peaceful arrival. Our Diné were very peaceful people because our principal holy person, and that is the speaker of peace, or sometimes it's pronounced Hashtayakti. And he's the one that has the leadership of the 12 men that are called Hashtaja Hawan, which is the ones that give peace in the home. And so they were very peaceful people. But when they came among the people that had already occupied the area here in the greater Southwest, they went among the people, and the people that lived in this area, many of them became Diné themselves. And the ones that really were in great numbers was the people that they called the Tsejakina, or Tayatane, or Tayatane, or Tathatane. And so there were a number of different Diné, or actually people that became Diné. And their clan groups are known by those names and that I just gave. And they are the cliff dwellers. And they were in great numbers. And those are all of the people that became Diné eventually. And today we still have some of those clans among our people. And it is that there were other groups of people. And Ayakini was another group of people that our people encountered. And those were the people that we would call modern day Pueblos. Ayakini. And that was the name that was given to that particular group of people. And they are the ones that made their homes out in the open, out of rock and clay. And so those Pueblo groups were a group of them that was probably maybe even 30 or 35 different Pueblo groups and that were people that our Diné encountered after they arrived here. And the arrival of the Diné is around 2,000 years ago. And when I first heard the stories and that and how the people reckoned time, they said, which would be, Nache is 102 years. And when they say, which would mean 19 generations ago, so that would be 1900 years ago, that our people came into the area. And they came into the southern Colorado, what is now southern Colorado, and before they crossed over the mountains, probably through what is Gunnison Valley, and out toward what is present-day Grand Junction, and then moving south. At one time, they occupied a large area. And as I said, the first people that they really came in contact with were the cliff dwellers. And those were the people that became the Diné. And then the other people that were recognized as the Pueblo people, they were also encountered at some point. But most of the people lived along where there was access to water. And in many cases, those were along the rivers and that were contributaries to the San Juan River, the Colorado River, and some of these other places where there was water available in great abundance. Our people, the Diné, when they encountered the first groups of people that they came in contact with, being the cliff dwellers, they began to establish peace. And as a peaceful society, the Diné were able to attract many people. So many people came from various areas of this part of the continent, and many of them became Diné. And of the numbers on that, they say there was as many as 147 different clan groups or different groups of people that came from distant areas. And some of the clan families still have stories of how their clan came from some direction or some place. And they traveled for many days and many cycles of the moon before they were able to get here. And they did have a lot of hardship with running out of food and running out of water. And sometimes really not sure where they were at or where it was that they were supposed to go. But the clan families on that, all of them have some story of their clan origin. And it's very important to have some knowledge of that. And so the very first groups on that, of the early Diné, encountered the cliff dwellers and the Pueblo people who were already here. And many of the cliff dwellers, of course, eventually became Diné. And they still had their clan names. And one of the ones that I mentioned is Chechikina. And those were the ones that really lived here. Now, after the Diné had been here for Diné Nation, which is about 400 years, and then there was another group of people that came into the area, and they were the ones that become known as Anasazi. The word Anasazi does not mean ancient enemy. The word Anasazi, Ana, means something that is different, people that believe different than we do, people that do things different than the way we are doing things. That is what it means, Ana, and it doesn't mean enemy. And so the Anasazi is, the name is those that do things different, those that are different than the Diné is the name that was given to those people that our people encountered after they moved into this part of the continent. And that was about 400 years after they first came into the area. And the Anasazi, as the way that the stories are told about the Anasazi, they were not a good people. They had many evil practices in that our people just could not accept. But they tolerated because they were a peaceful people, and they allowed the Anasazi to remain among them for a period of time. And the period of time that the Anasazi were here was probably some 300 years or even less, because it was that they could tolerate them no longer. And it was not the Diné that waged war against them, because the Diné would not do that. But the holy people are the ones that brought the change of weather. And the big winds, Niyotso is what our people call it. Niyotso is the big winds, and that covered all of their fields and their homes and everything. They covered them with sand. And it was that the Niyotso is what destroyed most of the people that we would call Anasazi. But they were here for only a short period of time. And what they did is they made slaves of so many of the different people that never became Diné. And some of those people and groups of people are the ones that we had called Ayakin at one time. But after the Anasazi had left and had gone away or had been destroyed, they called them Kisani. So after the Anasazi was no more, the people that had been slaves became known as Kisani. And so those are the things that I was told.
Hey, thanks for watching our videos. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss one of our uploads. Also, head over to our website, NavajoTraditionalTeachings.com. Sign up for our email list. Okay.